Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Donington Park National for first of the qualifying round 3. And as you can see, we're just waiting for the guys to come out now. Had a fantastic few practices earlier on today, seeing some low 115s. Pops, obviously, one of his 117 earlier on in the day, obviously making a dramatic change from the 118s. And you can see Pops on track with cold tyres. We know, as we've seen in the first 2 rounds, cold tyres, big problem at the start of the qualifying. As we wait for them to warm up, we will go and have a look at Diego and Trap. And as you can see, Trap, they're just spinning out with these cold tyres. Have to get these really warm. Takes a couple of laps, but we know that after that these boys will be flying. I'm hoping to see some really low 115s in the qualifying entries. 22 qualifiers. 22 qualifiers were split by 3 seconds. The top 15 were split by 15 seconds. Oh, sorry, the top 15 was split by 2 seconds. Do apologise. And we go and look now at some of the top guys. We see Nico back after the first round. Fantastic first round. Great battles with Trap. Then didn't arrive for the second round at Brands Hatch, which was really missed by Trap, because they were like hunting buddies around the first race at the Silverstone National. But he's back today with fire in his belly, and off he goes onto his qualifying run now. Tyres are warm, and we're going to stay with Nico as he comes up to Redgate for the first time. Turns into Redgate, slightly misses the exit. Oh no, it's not too bad. He's gone a little bit wide. No, it's actually not bad. It's not bad at all as he goes into Hollywoods now, coming down to the Craner curves. Nice and smooth. Takes a little bit of the grass there, touching the curb. Beautiful, lovely line. Hard on the brakes into the old hairpin, taking a bit of the grass there. Flat out now into 5th, keeping it high in the 5th. Keep that rev range really high as he slams it into 3rd, or a little bit of a twitch as he comes into McLean's. Up the hill into Coppice. Again hard on the brakes into 3rd, possibly 2nd, clipping that curb on the inside. Lovely, this looks good, this looks good. Down the old Dunlop straight, which today we'll be calling the back straight, into with a little flash of lights, knowing he's live and on the stream now. Hard into the final S's. Lovely, nice job there as he comes onto the straight. We're going to see now if he's managed to better his time with a 4th position at the moment. We're looking at a 116. Yes, we look 116.835, so that's good enough for 5th. So he's dropped down, so others have jumped in front of him. As you can see, Motorboy again showing how cool he is with 2 wins already in the championship, and showing that he's still the man to beat. But we have a newcomer today, and been very missed, as he's missed both the races due to illness, but glad to see him back. And it's Stoner 77, so keep an eye on this guy. We know he's fast, and the guys around him do know that too. Mr. T there in 2nd, another very fast driver. Look out for him in the pink Renault Clio, as you can see him there behind the screen. And you can also see Tronch there with a 116. Again, could have had a really good race last week, ended up in a few battles and cost him dearly. Kick, welcome to Kick. Nice to see Kick go back on the track. And also Dark Rider, again managing to make it in due to someone not being able to be here, but as the 16th reserve driver, he managed to get his spot back. So we'll hope for some good things, and I know he's fast enough, but we'll just see how he gets on today. Trap again didn't do as well as before at Brands Hatch. We didn't know if he was actually on the track, as his car was absolutely destroyed during the race. Coming into today, hoping for a better result after obviously the second place he got in the Silverstone National in round 1. Again, Tartan looking for a good result after a fantastic race at Brands Hatch. And we also see Basruco there now jumping into 3rd position. Another one to watch out for. So everywhere there's a battle, but I think today the increasing battle I reckon that we should be looking around is the mid-table, because the mid-table guys, there was literally not even half a second between 4th and 10th, which was absolutely unbelievable. So there'll be a few battles there, a few bit of paint scrubbing and love loss. We'll see that in the next 8 minutes as we see Mr. T now with a 1:15.879. Can he better it? Over the line he goes. No, he doesn't. So we're going to take a look at our leader of the championship, Motorboy, in that lovely green and yellow livery. Hasn't put a foot wrong this championship. Got himself into a bit of trouble with Brands Hatch with a 4-way battle with Mr. T, Tartan and Basruco. Made it difficult for himself, and then all of a sudden the battles kept getting worse and he kept pulling away, so in the end made it very comfortable for himself as we see him going up to McLean's. A fantastic time of 1:15.542, looking smooth and casual as you like. And as we know, today is some steering wheel drivers on track, and we've also got pad drivers, but some of the pad drivers there, you know, we're looking at 3rd, 4th, 5th, Tartan on pad. So, you know, these boys can do these 15s. It's just all about the way they drive and how they take these braking areas. As we see Pops holding up Mr. T there as he comes into the chicane, but we're going to stay with Motorboy. Looked quite smooth as he come through the S's, and let's see if he's bettered that time. I mean, that's an incredible time to beat, but if he's done it again, we'll be in shock. No, he hasn't. He's kept it as a 15.5. So let's see further down the order. We're going to take a look at Basruco now. He's coming down to the chicane, or he's going to slow down, build himself up for this lap. So we will stick with him with just over 6 minutes to go. And off he goes. Oh, and Nico's made a spin there in the S's. Obviously taking a bit too hard. They're trying to be aggressive and get these, you know, this early qualifying time in, just to make sure they got grid position, because grid position here in these cars is absolutely pivotal. So as he comes down, oh, he might get a penalty for that. I don't think that's going to count. We'll have to wait and see. But we're going to take a look at Stoner now, doing a 16.5. So he's not doing as fast as we've seen. We've seen this guy do a 15.3. So we know he's capable. Just taking it easy with 5.5 minutes to go nearly, as he comes into the S's. Cool as you like. Oh, very aggressive there. He comes out onto the home straight, and is he going to get this 15 that we know he can do? And he's done a 15.7. He's taken 2nd position, just what he needed. Just over 5 minutes to go now. Motorboy still taking that pole position. Now it'll be interesting to see what happens with the pits today, because most of the guys up front left it really, really late. So I wonder if there's going to be any strategy in here. Unless they're just going to follow each other and wait for one to jump in and the other to carry on going round. We don't know which is best, out first or in, you know, or I'm just going to find out. It'll be very, very interesting to make a bit of a mistake there, stowing around the McLean's as he comes up to the hill into Coppice. 5 minutes to go. Flicking the curb there. Nice and smooth. Down the straight he goes. Flat out now. Hitting 5th in with the high revs. Slamming it down into 3rd. Clipping in. Just been informed the 16.4 has been done by Trap, which is fantastic news. He's now taken 5th. Now this is going to be great for the start. Absolutely great for the start. He's going to need that because he doesn't want this top 4 to disappear. So if he can get a good start, just sneak his way in the middle of the pack, could be vital to his race, and actually could follow these guys round and jump into pits early and just keep some fast times in. Tronch on in 6th position with 16.5. Has he done any better? No, 16.5 it stays. Now Tartan is in 7th. Now this is a bit worrying now, because I was expecting some good things from Tartan in the green and white livery there. Beautiful looking car. I'm just going to see if he can get his time down as he smoothly goes to the plains. Oh, over the grass there. Might have been a glitch. We'll just see if it has been cancelled out that lap. I don't think it has, but he's going to keep going anyway. He's pushing hard. He's got Mr. T behind him, with Motorboy just pulling away with just over 3 minutes to go. As he clips into the chicane. Here we go. Mr. T all over the back of him. And here goes Tartan on his lap. So we're going to stick with Tartan now on his lap. I'm hoping T won't get in his way. He's already done a fast lap. I know he's trying to push. He's just moved out of the way. Good man. Now here we go. We're going to watch Tartan as he comes into the Craner curves. Absolutely beautiful sweeping right left into the old hairpin. Hard on the brakes. Into some people taking it 4th, some people taking it in 3rd, depending on their braking area and obviously gearing. But obviously with default setting and automatic, you could be dropping it into 3rd, maybe 2nd. So all the manual guys probably doing it in 4th. And here he goes into McLean's up to the coppice. Hard on the brakes into 3rd, clipping that curb. Oh, it might get a cancellation on that. We'll have to see. Very aggressive into coppice, but it is vital you get that corner right to get the speed on the straight as he comes into the S's now. And there's Motorboy taking that S's beautifully. This looks good. Has Tartan managed to get a better time? He's now dropped into 8th. This is absolutely devastating for him. Definitely a top 5 driver here. And still in 8th, so we'll keep an eye on that with a minute and a half to go. So they've got a lap to go. Matt Chaps managed to get past the line, the timing line, before. And then we see, as we check Nico now, as he's coming onto his lap, is he going to have enough time to do one more? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. So this could be the final lap for him now. Yes, that'll be it for Nico as he drops it into 5th. So he stays 5th. So we're going to watch Basruko now. He's managed to get that lap down. With DH in the way there, he should be okay. They're both on a fast lap. So holding the brakes into the old hairpin and dark, really wide there, really aggressive. Love it, absolutely love it. So we're just hoping that DH can keep that pace going. Basroko, Harman breaks into McLean's again. Lovely line. Doesn't look like DH is giving him any bother at the moment, so we just got to make sure that these guys actually hit this corner. Oh, DH's gone wide. Oh, that's a shame. That's an absolute shame. Oh, Basruko's seen that DH went wide as he did. He tried to manoeuvre around him, and Basruko's gone onto the grass. So, bit of lawnmowering from Basruko, and that's going to suffer hugely as comes into 5th position there. Oh, what a shame, what a shame. Oh my gosh. And then we look at Tartan in 4th. He really pulled it out of the bag there. Fantastic stuff. With 1 second to go, and there we have it. As we look at the leaderboard for the qualifying time, it's Motorboy, Mr. T, Stoner, Tartan, Basruko, top 5. Just to let everybody know, with the situation we have with Project Cars 1, I have to remove my car from the pit, so I do apologise. It isn't very professional, but we'll try and do it as best as we can as we see the guys on the track. Oh my days, it looks like Tartan is, there's a lot of jumping around by the cars. So we're going to see what happens now. So everyone please hold your brake until I say the words, so please stay there. Thank you. As we look at Motorboy now and the grid. So as we go, 3, 2, 1, go! And off they go for the third time in the championship at Donington National, as we see Motorboy, and it looks like Stoner's got the inside. Oh no, he hasn't. He's taken the held the brakes, and we've seen a push there from Stoner. Oh, Basruko has pushed out Mr. T on the first corner as they come down to the Craner curves for the first time. It's Motorboy followed by Stoner, followed by T, followed by Basruko. We're going to stay with Stoner as we go into the old hairpin, and they're all making it. Oh, and there's a big incident at the back there. There is a big incident at the back there. We're going to take a look, and it looks like it's Dan, Roadrunner and Nico. Oh, with also Dark Rider with a bit of damage on the front there. Oh, what a shame. Oh, Diego, he's got to pull it out of the bag now. I think if it was me, I'll be jumping in that pit straight away. So we come back to the leaders, and we see Motorboy first, followed by Stoner. Oh, a bit of aggression at the back of the pack there. Looks like Trap got into a bit of argy-bargy at the start as well. So we see Motorboy as he comes into the S's for the first time. There he goes. So it's Motorboy, Stoner, T, Basruko. Lovely different lines there as they come in. No lights ablaze yet, but Stoner's gone in early. Right, okay, so Stoner's gone in early. He's taken the commitment of going in early. Now, let's see what happens here. So he's dropping down slowly, but we know that he's got the pace. So he's taken the gamble to jump into the pits. As we see Motorboy pulling away, we're hoping that T and Bass are going to work together here. They shouldn't be racing each other. They need to keep up with the Motorboy, because we do not want him to pull away as he has done for the last two races. Hard on the brakes. T taking that inside line on the old hairpin. Basruko going wide. Beautiful, beautiful racing, lads. Side by side action as they come up to McLean's. Fantastic stuff, still side by side. Hard on the brakes. T just making a little glide down the inside of Basruko, sneaks in and says, "Thank you very much, sir, I'm going to take that." A bit of a flash of the lights, so there's an appreciation as Basruko now tries to pull away from T, but he's not going to make it easy for him. Tartan there in fifth. Oh no, he's in fourth, sorry, I do apologise. With Tronch fifth, Trap sixth. So Trap has managed to keep his sixth position here as he goes down the back straight. With Croy making a sensational start in seventh. Fantastic stuff. So here we go as the front pack go around. Oh, who's that? That's Tronch. Tronch has lost it, and so has Trap. Pops has managed to sneak in there, and he's taken sixth now. Can he get the inside line on Croy? He's got the draft on him. Here he goes down the inside. Has he got it? Yes, I think he has. He's going to be hard on the brakes. He's going to have to sneak it. He has. He's managed to hold that down there into Redgate. Beautiful driving there by Pops. Incidents there on the chicane there has managed to give him 3 places. Fantastic stuff. So Pops in fifth. We're going to take a look at the guys down in at the front of the back with T and Basruko still fighting it out. With Motorboy pulling away here, he's disappearing. This is not good. This is really not good for these guys. They really need to make sure that they work together as a team. So we're just going to see the gaps now. Basruko has now lost it down at the hairpin, so we're going to go and have a look. Now, there he goes. Sideways, but he's managed to keep it on the track. He's actually pulled away now from Mr. T. So Mr. T had the accident there, and now he's into fourth, and Tartan has jumped into third as they come into the S's. No changes for the pits, and here we go. Mr. T in fourth, lights ablaze from Tartan as he goes over the start finish straight. No change at the front as we see Tartan there. Mr. T fourth, Pops is there in fifth, and we're going to take a look at Trap. Now Trap's in the pits, and we've just seen Stoner go past, and there he goes, off goes Trap. Great stuff. And there's Kit Goa, new to the competition. There he goes. So Trap in 11th, giving himself some space. So this is good news for Trap. He might actually be able to get a few laps in, and there goes DH. And is that Tronch next to him side by side as they come into the first corner? Oh. And Dark Rider there. Just going to see how these guys are getting on as we look at Tronch and Trap. So Trap with the pits done now. Is he going to? He's going to stay with Tronch as they come into the old hairpin. Right behind him now. Has he got the draft? No. Tronch got a lovely line out of there, and he's starting to pull away from Trap as they come up the hill to McLean's. Lovely livery again there with Tronch in 12th. We're going to jump to the front of the pack. And there's Stoner flashing at Croy as he sees him and lets him by, which he shouldn't have done really. He should have just tried to defend the place, but then again, he's got his own race. So there we go. We just see DH go past, and we just noticed that Pops and now Mr. T has also gone in the pit. So Pops has jumped. Has Pops jumped? Is Mr. T in the pits, or has he just jumped in? No, Pops has just jumped into the pit. So Mr. T is now on the limiter. Off he goes in 8th. Now, where is Stoner? Did he go past? Yes, right. So Stoner's taken that place away now, and obviously made a big difference with obviously the battles going on with Basruko. Massive gaps on the track now. We're just going to wait for all the pits to finish with 11 laps remaining. Very, very wide for Stoner, but he's got to put his foot down now. 15.8. Fantastic lap there. Lights ablaze. Croy there in 7th, and T in 8th. He's also done his pit stop. Nico there in 5th. Diego in 4th. And here's Tartan with Basruko absolutely on the limit as he comes out of the chicane. Fantastic stuff there by Basruko with a 15.9. Fantastic stuff. Now let's see what Tartan does. Still in the 16s. And Motorboy in the 15.5. So Motorboy's still pulling away here. Be interesting to see what happens when he comes into the pits. And there's Tartan. It's very, very open at the moment. I'm going to try and find the action on the track, which will probably be Diego and Nico as they come down the corner curves. That incident at the start for Nico. But DH seems to have it worse off there as he went over the gravel and ended up being last, but managing to get himself into 4th position, which is fantastic stuff. Now let's see if Nico can make an opportunity here of overtaking him, but as you can see right behind him is Stoner, so this is trouble for these guys, but he doesn't need them to hold him up, because we know that Motorboy is still doing 15s. So we can see Stoner. I'm going to take a look further down with Trap and Pops, and that's for 9th and 10th here, and there they are together, bumper to bumper as they come round the back of Coppice onto the home straight. There's that lovely livery of Traps into the chicane. Just waiting for all these pits to finish up. There goes Tronch, Trap and Pops. Fantastic stuff. And we just see Nico going to the pits, so they've actually moved out of the way for Stoner to keep his foot in. And there we go, we can see him coming into the old hairpin with DH still in front of him, still trying to push. He's not going to make it easy for Stoner. Don't forget, he doesn't have to let him past. So we're going to look at Tartan now. See Tartan coming into Coppice and Stoner in McLean. So it'll be very interesting to see where these guys end up. As you can see, Motorboy further down the back straight there, coming into the chicane. We're just going to take a look at Motorboy now. Is he going to go in this lap? No, he's not. He's going to keep going. He's got the rhythm as he flashes his lights at the camera. Hello, Motorboy. Good to see you. Oh, there's some aggression. There's some anger. We don't know where it's come from. You see DH and Stoner is getting stuck. Stoner is stuck behind DH, and DH has spun out. DH has spun out down at the S's. Oh, just oh, and he's pulled out right in front of T. Oh, and he's pulled T into the side of the barrier. T is not very happy, flashing his lights at DH. Oh, unreal. Not very happy, but he's going to keep on pushing his T. He's a fighter. We know that. And there goes DH. Oh, just spun out, come back onto the track, not realising where he was, and there was T into the S's, full pelt, side into DH's yellow and black car. Now we see Pops now, and Trap has lost it. Trap is a little bit far behind now, and Nico's benefited here. Danage still pushing side by side. DH and Danage. Oh, Dan has spun. Dan has spun. He's gone over the gravel. DH is there. A little bit of argy-bargy between the two. Didn't know where each other were. It did the glue, and there we go. Oh, what a shame. Especially after last race where Dan finished in a fantastic 4th position. Wasn't expecting that. And then we go Pops in 7th. Great run for Pops with a 17.162. Dark Rider DH there. Racing each other. We're going to stay with the leaders as we see Motorboy coming into the old hairpin. And it does look like Basruco is catching. So we're going to keep an eye on Motorboy now. So we're coming up to 7 laps remaining. Very, very quiet race. I was expecting a bit more. Oh, there we go. Just a few incidents can cost you time, and it just goes to prove here with Motorboy into Coppice, clipping the curbs with a fantastic time of 15.7. Again, hasn't put a foot wrong. Could be 3 out of 3, but like I said, we have seen Stoner pit, so we will find out where these two end up. He's got to expect some good stuff from his pit crew. Still going as he comes onto the 6 laps remaining, as we see Tartan closing on Basruco now. Still hasn't got past the 16.4s. But there we go, a 15.6, and there it is, a 15.6 from Tartan. Fantastic stuff as he comes into the first corner, Redgate, down Hollywoods into the Clark's Corner, the Craner curves. Clipping the curb there, a little bit too much curb, hard on the brakes into the old hairpin, and he's definitely catching, so obviously the front end of Basruco's is causing issues with aerodynamics, but definitely catching. And now we're going to have a look at Stoner. So Stoner's coming up the hill towards McLean's. There is a bit of a gap, so it'll be interesting to see now if Motorboy is going to take his pit stop. We're just going to keep an eye on this as he comes into the S's. Oh, and there's an accident, and Croy has spun, managed to get out of the way before the leaders turn up. He's pulled his car out of the way. I think he's okay. We're just going to have a look at Basruco and Tartan there, and Basruco flashes his light saying, "Excuse me, Croy, I'm on a mission. I need to catch this guy." 5 laps remaining. Been a really good race. Oh, and Croy stays on the inside of him. Instead of moving away, he's flashing his lights up. He's now decided to move out the way for Basruco, but it's cost him dearly. As you can see, Tartan is really closing in. Hard on the brakes into the old hairpin. Oh, Croy's gone really wide. The tyres obviously still cold from it, and the marbles on the tyres, sliding him out down the old hairpin, saying hello to the fans. But he's back on the track, I'm sure, with Basruco with a 15.82. Really had to make sure he got a lap in there, and as you can see from the camera angle, Stoner is catching with a 15.4. Incredible stuff there from Stoner, really putting his foot down now. Now what is Motorboy going to do now? He's on now the 10th lap, 5 remaining, still pushing. He must be doing some good times with 15s. We're going to have a look. Yep, 15.7 for Motorboy. Basruco 15.8, and Tartan has now jumped into the pits. Now let's have a look. Oh, he's flying into the pits. Luckily he didn't hit the post there. Here come the pit crew waving him down. Now we're going to see where Stoner is. Stoner's on the straight, so Stoner's come down the straight, and the pits for Tartan has now finished. So there goes Stoner with a 15.4. Tartan behind him. He's going to be round about, I'd say, 5-6 seconds after he pulls out of the pits here. I'm going to look at Mr. T, and Mr. T's just behind Tartan now, so this will be interesting. See if Mr. T can get these this 4th place back. But again, we haven't seen Basruco pit yet, and we haven't seen Motorboy pit, so we'll keep an eye on this. But it does look like Motorboy is being caught by Basruco, only by a few hundredths of a second a lap, but He's definitely catching, but Motorboy with a 1:15.366 is incredible stuff. Basruko with 1:15.821. Stoner with a 1:15.410. Tartan in the 15s with a 15.6. Mr. T with a 15.9. And Kick still driving around. I don't know if he's pit yet, but he's doing a good job there. Oh, Basruko's lost it! Basruko has lost it on the chicane. Oh, this is absolute tragedy. Oh, he has to pit. He has no choice. He has to pit now. Oh, the dilemma. The pit crew looking at him, shaking his head like, what have you done? Why did you do that? Big mistake by Basruko. And as you see Stoner going past him, Basruko still in the pits. Now here's Tartan in 4th, and this is absolutely crucial. There we go. There goes Tartan taking his 3rd spot with Mr. T following in hot pursuit. Now Basruko really needs to put the hammer down with 3 laps to go. Unbelievable stuff. Now Motorboy still going round. There's no one in the way. Oh, Motorboy taking a lot of the grass there. I don't know if he was racing or lawnmowering. But here we go with 1 lap. He's on his 3 laps to remaining as he comes into the S's now. Are we going to see a pit now as we're going to take a look at Stoner? And Stoner is up the top, but he's also got Croy in the way. So, but now Motorboy is in. Motorboy is in. So we're going to keep an eye on Motorboy, and we're going to keep an eye on Stoner. Now Stoner's coming down the back straight here. He has got Croy in front of him. Now here's Motorboy, right, he's still in the pits, there's a bit of movement and he's out, he's moving out, and here comes Stoner on the straight. Now, has he got the momentum? No, he hasn't got it, and he's still got bags of time in front of him. Unbelievable stuff. So it was a good idea for Motorboy to stay out. Croy's moving out of the way, it looks like. He has. Fantastic job, Motorboy. A flash of the lights from Stoner saying, thank you very much, I've got 2 laps to catch this boy. But Motorboy is motoring. The Portuguese man here is absolutely flying. The Scot is trying his hardest in his first round here today. Nerves, I can hear the nerves of these boys at the front kicking in. So let's make sure that these laps are good. So there's Tartan with Mr. T right up his backside now. So here we go, bumper to bumper action as they come into McLean's. Hard on the brakes. Lovely line there from Tartan, not giving him any room at all. The Ploughman Serious Gardening livery, hard on the brakes into Coppice. It's a perfect line, both of them. So Basruko just watching on this with 2 laps remaining, thinking, can I get this 3rd position? Let's see how aggressive Mr. T is going to be on Tartan, but Tartan, with the knowledge of this track, knows what he's doing. He's very defensive, is Tartan. Holds it very well. Great aggression, both of them through the chicane. Oh, a little bit of a twitch. They're trying to put each other off as he tries to move him out of his slipstream, but Mr. T is hanging in there like glue. Very, very wide from Mr. T. He's going to try and cut down the inside of Tartan, but no, still side by side. No, still bumper to bumper. Sorry, I do apologise again. As they come into the Craner curves, still Mr. T right behind him. We're going to go in car with Mr. T now. As you see him, literally see the bumper. Oh, a little bit of side action there from Tartan, still managing to hold it. You can see his bumper, you can see the stickers, you can see what it says on the back of that car. That's how close he is. The action is absolutely raving now. Here we go into McLean's, both of them. Still there's no change, but they are close, they are very close. We're going to see now as they come into Coppice, holding the brakes. Oh, he's got a bit sideways, and Mr. T's now come down the outside of him. Now, has he got the... No, he hasn't. Manages to keep hold of his 3rd position. Fantastic stuff. As we see Motorboy coming into and winning the 3rd round. I do apologise, I missed that with the action going on at the back. Motorboy with 1st place there. Fantastic stuff by Motorboy. Stoner 2nd, as we see Tartan taking 3rd from Mr. T and Basruko behind. Fantastic stuff. Well done, guys. Brilliant race. As you can see, Tartan done a great job there holding off Mr. T. I do apologise, we missed the guy at the front there, and we're going to have a look at Motorboy as he waves to the fans as he comes up the hill. fantastic race. Stoner following there. And as we look at the results, Motorboy finishing first with Stoner second, Tartan third, Basruko fourth, Mr. T fifth, Kick with a sixth position. God knows where that come from. I don't know if he pit. You might have to have a look at that. Tronch in 7th, Nico 8th, Diego with a fantastic 9th position after losing it. Again, could get driver of the day here. Pops with 10th, fantastic stuff, getting his first point. Danage 11th, Dark Rider 12th, Trap 13th, and there you see the final results. Fantastic stuff, top 10 there. Well done to Motorboy, fantastic stuff by Stoner. Well done, guys. We will see you next week for Snetterton 200. Thank you very much, guys, and good night.